When it comes to wills, many people think that they don't need one, but you might be surprised at how useful they can be even for folks who have very modest estates. So here to explain is attorney Kyle Moore, who specializes in elder law. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Appreciate it.
We are happy to have you here. We're talking about something that everybody has wondered. Do I need a will, or can I just write it on a piece of paper and say this person gets everything?
Yeah. So of course I'm biased because I'm in the business of estate planning. So I do believe that everybody needs a will. But more importantly, I think that everybody needs to get advice. You know, good, sound legal advice about their particular situation and their family is the most important. So, because every situation, while everybody thinks they're the same, there are differences, and every family has their own set of issues or things that may be of concern. So I do think it's more important to sit down with a qualified attorney that's in estate planning and get some good advice about a will, because it could be very important that you have one, and otherwise, if you don't have a will, then Louisiana law has a will for you, and you may not want to subject your assets to that type of will.
So what type of will is the Louisiana law?
So we do allow two different types of wills. You can handwrite the old-fashioned way, just sit down with a piece of paper and write out in your own handwriting. You date it and signed and express that you want it to be a will. That is still legal in Louisiana. Otherwise, you have a typical, what you see, typewritten, drawn up by an attorney, signed and notarized, and then that kind of notarial will is the other form we have in Louisiana.
Okay, but it's important to go ahead and do this now while you have the opportunity and sit down with everyone so you can kind of work through the process, because you never want to reach that point when somebody has passed where there's fighting and trying to decide who the beneficiaries are, and is there more than one beneficiary, different things like that.
Absolutely. So we want you to do is, while everything is fine and you're thinking about your assets and planning out your estate, because life evolves. When you're young and have kids and young kids and you're just getting started in your careers, you have one estate plan. As you get into retirement age, and then you've accumulated these assets and your kids are grown and now you have grandkids, you need a different estate plan. So it is evolving, and you need to look at that at whatever stage of life you're in.
And you need to make sure that you have everything included as well, right?
Absolutely, because a lot of things in life that are covered by the will, but you have things like life insurance policies, retirement accounts that are not controlled by the will that need to coordinate. So it is important to understand what assets you have that are controlled by the will and what assets that you have that will bypass that, so they can coordinate the plan to make sure it works best for you.
Okay, this is a lot of good information. I've learned a lot today, so thank you for joining us. We
Absolutely.
appreciate that. Now, there is a lot of information. You need to understand why having a will is so important, and it may be uncomfortable, but it's better to do it sooner rather than later.